As the tax season approaches and is there to knock on your door, you're left wondering, do I really need to file my taxes this year? Do I really need to file my taxes for the previous year? And what happens if I don't? Many individuals face this dilemma, and unfortunately, I can tell some learn the hard way that ignoring tax obligations in Italy can have severe consequences. The number one problem that I see over and over is the high cost of ignoring tax deadlines. In Italy, every tax resident who earns income, whether from employment, self-employment, rental, properties, passive income, pensions, investments, is legally required by the law to declare these earnings. Filing your tax return is not just a task on your list, a bureaucratic step if you want. It's the foundation of determining whether or not you owe some taxes to the Italian Revenue Agency. And when this requirement is overlooked, the implications can be devastating. Late or missing filing lead to really heavy fines, legal complications, and even criminal charges if certain thresholds are crossed. Let's take an example, of Mark, an expat from the UK who recently moved to Italy. Mark believed, like many out there, that he didn't need to file his taxes because his income was generated entirely abroad. So 100% of the income generated from the UK. He accordingly ignored the Italian June deadline for individuals paying taxes to the tax office or October 31st for the tax filing. At the end, when Mark was audited later on by the Italian Revenue Agency, it was discovered that he had also rental income from a property in the UK that should have been declared in Italy, not just the wealth tax only. Because he filed over 90 days late, his return was deemed as missing. That's the key word, resulting in penalties up to 240% of the unpaid taxes. And worse, since the undeclared income led to over 50,000 in unpaid taxes, Mark faced criminal charges, including potential imprisonment. A very common mistake is assuming foreign income is not taxable in Italy. This is one of the most common errors expats make by believing that income earned abroad is exempt for magic reasons from the Italian taxation. While Italy has several tax treaties with many countries out there to avoid a dual taxation, these agreements do not eliminate your obligation to declare foreign income and foreign assets. Instead, they often provide a mechanism like a foreign tax credit to reduce your Italian tax liability. Let's consider Sara, an American digital nomad working remotely for a US company while living in Italy. She assumed her salary was not taxable in Italy since it was already taxed in the US, under the US payroll and the US W-2, so taxes and pension contributions already held by the US company. However, under the Italian tax law, residents are taxed on their worldwide income. By failing to declare her US salary, Sara triggered an audit, and she was hit with fines amounting to $12,000, despite having already paid taxes in the US. Properly filing her Italian tax return would have allowed her to claim a credit for the taxes paid abroad for dual taxation agreement purposes, avoiding the double taxation and subsequent penalties. So what people believe is true, but filing late is a big deal. A persistent myth is that filing late won't have significant repercussions in your life, especially if taxes owed are eventually paid, or even if the filing leads to a zero tax bill. What's the matter, right? Where's the big deal? This belief couldn't be further from the truth. In Italy, the deadlines are strict, no matter what the tax bill will look like, and missing them, even by one day only, can lead to bad consequences for your wallet and for your health. If you file more than 90 days past the deadline, so 90, your tax return is flagged as missing, as omitted. And this not only invalidates your filing, but also expose you to fines regarding the income tax penalties from 120% to 240% of any taxes due. The penalties do not stop here. For omitted filings, on top of a 3 to 15% of the wealth tax already pending, there is a law that mandates imprisonment ranging from 18 months to 4 years. And these measures underscore how seriously Italian authorities treat tax compliance here in Italy. How you can avoid these pitfalls? Well, with some steps to compliance. Number one is understand your fiscal obligation from day one. Determine whether or not you're a tax resident of Italy and starting by when. If you live in Italy for more than 103 days a year, or you have the place of performance in Italy, you have the center of your vital interest there for more than 6 months, more likely you're likely a tax resident and you must declare your worldwide income and your worldwide assets. Number two, I would say go with current and correct forms. Do not copy and paste and do not take information online. Ensure you're using the right forms, such as the Modello Redditi for self-employed individuals, the RW framework, the RM, the RL, or if you are under the Italian employment, the 730 form for employees and pensioners. Filing the right information in the incorrect forms makes the declaration missing. And of course, the following is file on time. Do not pick an average date on your agenda, considering that correct based on your own deadlines. Mark your calendar with the key deadlines between June and November. It could be April, it could be May, it could be November. Do not skip a deadline, please. And why not? If you think like you need some help, feel free to seek for some professional advice. The complexities of the Italian tax law make professional guidance really useful in some cases. A qualified, why not international tax advisor can help you navigate deductions, foreign tax credit, wealth tax purposes, and compliance. The last one is not a rule, but is my admonition. Be honest and be proactive. Ensure all of your income streams are reported in the Italian tax return. Omissions, even, not intentional ones, can lead to audits and fines, and something that no one, even the best tax advisor in Italy, can fix. As in life, in so many matters, in so many areas, ignorance is not a bliss. Filing your taxes in Italy is not just a legal obligation for yourself or for the community you belong to. It's a critical step to safeguard your financial well-being. By understanding your responsibilities, avoiding common misconceptions, and, as I said, seeking professional advice and professional help, why not? You can definitely make your plan solid, bulletproof, and can give you some peace of mind in the long run to stay away from severe consequences of non-compliance. Whether you're, a long-term expat or a brand new to Italy, it doesn't matter. Compliance is the daily routine for you. You have to go with timely and accurate tax filing and make sure that everything you're doing is compliant and is essential to enjoy la dolce vita without the stress of legal troubles. According to the deadlines of 2024 fiscal year, you have time until January 31st of 2025 to comply. And please, don't say I didn't warn you.